Very occasionally, I lightly dabble in electronics, and that's where I've started using a different kind of fastener than I've used before. Nylon fasteners. I'm not talking about nylon lock nuts. I'm talking about screws, nuts, bolts, washers made entirely of nylon. Nylon screws are great for preventing unintended electric conduction. I'm kind of like you. When I first saw a nylon screw in my hand, it was like, this is a neat little toy. These are cute. Who would want plastic fasteners? They certainly wouldn't hold anything strong together. And little did I know that people were using them in RC planes and mounting license plates and outdoor signs and applications that won't rust. The nylon fasteners were not intended to take the place of steel fasteners. The nylon fasteners simply solved a different problem than these steel screws could solve.
That's an important idea because every fastener has a purpose. Wood screws aren't replacements for machine screws. Sheet metal screws aren't replacements for lag bolts. They're different tools for different jobs. Nylon fasteners fit into that same way of thinking. They have strengths, but those strengths aren't measured by how much weight they can hold. One of the biggest reasons to choose nylon is that it doesn't rust. Steel is incredibly strong, but if moisture gets to it, corrosion eventually becomes a concern. That's why steel fasteners are often plated, galvanized, or made from stainless steel. Nylon doesn't have that problem. It can sit outside for years without leaving rust streaks running down a painted surface. That's one reason you'll see it used on license plates, outdoor signs, irrigation equipment, and marine accessories, where corrosion is always lurking in the background. Another thing you'll notice is that nylon is easy on finished surfaces. If you're fastening painted metal, fiberglass, plastic panels, or decorative parts, a nylon washer or screw is much less likely to scratch the surface while you're assembling it. Sometimes preventing cosmetic damage is just as important as holding two parts together. Weight is another advantage. One nylon screw doesn't weigh much less than one steel screw, but if you're using dozens or hundreds of them, the difference starts to matter. I remember seeing nylon hardware years ago on radio-controlled airplanes. Weight was always the enemy. Every unnecessary ounce affected how the airplane flew. Nylon hardware gave builders a lightweight option, and in some cases it even acted like a mechanical fuse. During a hard landing, it was sometimes better for a nylon bolt to break than for an expensive part of the airplane to be damaged. The inexpensive fastener became the sacrificial part. That's really the lesson with nylon. The fastener isn't always supposed to be the strongest part of the assembly. Sometimes it's supposed to solve a completely different problem. Another reason I keep nylon hardware around the shop is because it's simply nice to work with. The threads don't corrode together like steel sometimes can. You don't have to worry about rust staining your fingers or your project. And when you're assembling light-duty projects, it's often perfectly adequate. As you walk through the hardware aisle, you'll probably notice nylon hardware comes in several forms. There are machine screws in different lengths, matching nuts, flat washers, lock washers, threaded spacers, and threaded standoffs. Most homeowners won't need every one of those, but it's worth knowing they exist. Sometimes the hardware store has exactly what your project needs. You just didn't know to look for it. Here's one little shop trick I've used more than once. Sometimes you need a spacer that's an odd length, and you can't find one anywhere. Instead of stacking a pile of washers, you can cut a short piece of plastic tubing to exactly the length you need. Slide it over the screw, and you've made a custom spacer in about a minute. It isn't fancy, but it works surprisingly well for light-duty applications. It's one of those simple tricks that's worth remembering because it can save you another trip to the hardware store. Now, before anyone starts replacing every steel fastener with nylon, let's talk about where I would not use it. I wouldn't use nylon for structural projects. I wouldn't use it on trailer hitches, lawn equipment, engine parts, deck framing, shelving that's supporting heavy loads, or anything where someone's safety depends on the fastener. Steel wins those jobs every time because that's exactly what it was designed to do. Heat is another limitation. Leave nylon near an engine, an exhaust system, a furnace, or another high-temperature environment, and it can soften or lose strength. Steel doesn't care about temperatures that can permanently damage nylon. If heat is part of the job, steel is usually the better answer. Nylon also isn't the best choice when you need a joint to stay tightly clamped under heavy loads for years. Over long periods of time, nylon can slowly relax under constant pressure. That's perfectly acceptable for many light-duty projects, but it isn't what you want in machinery or critical mechanical assemblies. So how do you decide? When I'm looking at a project, I ask myself 4 questions. Could rust become a problem? Could scratching the finished surface become a problem? Does this joint require maximum strength? Will it be exposed to significant heat? If the first two questions matter most, nylon deserves a look. If the last two matter most, I'm probably reaching for steel. That's really the point of this entire Fasteners series. The hardware aisle is full of fasteners that look similar, but each one was designed to solve a different problem. The trick isn't memorizing every fastener that's available. The trick is understanding why it exists in the first place. Nylon fasteners aren't better than steel, and steel isn't better than nylon. They're simply different tools. Once you stop thinking of nylon as a weaker substitute for steel and start thinking of it as a specialty fastener, the choices become much easier. The next time you're standing in the hardware aisle looking at those white plastic screws and nuts, you'll know they aren't there by accident. They were designed for jobs where rust, corrosion, weight, or protecting finished surfaces matter more than maximum strength. And just like every other fastener we've talked about in this series, choosing the right one isn't about buying the strongest hardware on the shelf. It's about choosing the hardware that was designed to do the job you need done. This video is part of our Fasteners and Threads playlist. Soon we will expand into fasteners without threads. Thank you for watching. There's more to come.